What are the commands we have discussed in the last class? Yes. Can you list what are the commands one by one? You are there, no? Most of them, I think you too were there. You have taken permission. I told no. They made it very strict. I can't do anything. Okay. Either you pay half of the fees and come, otherwise can't do anything. Okay. So in the last class, mainly we have just focused on the structure of command. Okay. So how you are going to represent the command? So where you are going to type the command? Where you are going to type the command? In command prompt. So how command prompt is represented? Huh? Black screen. Using dollar notation. Okay. So in front of this you are going to represent the command. So what is the common word it is used for command? It is the verb. Okay. So the syntax goes like this: verb followed by options. Okay. So always what is the condition for option? Syntax preceded with hyphen. Then file names as an arguments. So how many file names you can give? There is no restriction, okay, depending on the command. So you can specify more than one file name as an argument to the command. So what is the meaning of argument? I already told, it is in a parameter. Okay. So printf, it is a function. For that you are going to, within the double quote, you are going to type the text what you want to print. That is the parameter or argument to the printf. Okay. Similarly, even whatever the command I have specified, those are all functions, predefined functions available in shell. So you have to pass the required parameter. So there are some commands without even options and file names, it works fine. So when you are specifying options and file names, what happens? What is the effect of specifying minus, that is hyphen, options and file names? Have you cleared the piece? If you have cleared, get in, otherwise get the permission. If you have cleared the piece, get in. If not, get the permission from HOD. I want to see the receipt. Simply you cannot get in. All 4 members paid. Yourself. Okay. So you need to specify. What is the effect of specifying the minus or hyphen options? What is the effect? You can just filter some of the content. So what are the content you are interested, based on that you can specify the options. Okay. So if you want to just see what are the files we have discussed in the last class. Okay. So that is ls. It's visible, no? So we have just checked in the last class. ls means it is going to just list all the files and directories. So in case if I am interested in to check what are the details of the file. Okay. So who is having what access permission, when it is created, the complete details of the file or the directory. So you are going to give option -L. Okay. And you can you can put enter here. Okay, press the enter key, immediately we'll get the details. Next, Another thing is, if you are interested only in a particular file, if you want to know only the particular file details, then what you will do? So you are going to specify ls minus l followed by name of the file. Okay. So that file should be existing. File or directory, whatever you are interested, you can just type that and enter it. So immediately you will get only this file detail. So this is why we need all these options. Okay, options and arguments. Verb, that is nothing but command, then followed by options, that is where it is going to perform the filtering some of the content, or if you are interested in a particular information, then you have to specify that, then followed by arguments. Okay, so if you are interested only with respect to file, then it is going to display. If you are interested in more than one file, okay, here I have just given one file. If you are interested in more than one file, you can just specify here. Okay, so some file name you can just type it. Okay, then press enter. So this won't be there, then enter. So multiple file names can be given as an argument. Okay, that is acceptable. I think hope everybody understood this much with respect to the basic commands. Okay, this is the basic syntax. So whichever the who all are attending the first class, you just note down this. Later you can just go through. Today I will be adding you to the team. Okay, you just go through the previous class. The recorded sessions are available. We are not done much, so but basics of Unix architecture features we have discussed and some of the commands. Just note down this command structure. So today we will focus on some more commands in detail. Okay. So you need to practice. So how many of you are having laptop? So you just get one day your laptop and meet the instructor and install the virtual box, or if it is available online, you can just try that also. Okay. There are some online compilers are also there. I have shared in the last class. Okay, so I will share it in the MS Team group later. But it is better to install the virtual box. If it is dual boot, that's still more fine. So once if you start working in Unix environment, so actually most of the students, they like to work in that environment, Linux or Ubuntu environment. The fees is clear. Permission. Okay. Okay, this is one example. Just note down example how you need to represent the command to check only the particular file details. Okay, this is a command ls minus l and the file name. So this may be a file name or it may be a directory, anything. Okay, so what is the effect of this is l minus l, small case l. So it is going to list all the attributes. So maybe in the next chapter you are going to learn about the files, file attributes, file access permission. If fees is clear, get in, otherwise get permission. Yes, what sir will tell you, just do that. Okay, is it clear? It is going to give the complete details of the file. Okay, so normally those details we call it as attributes. Fees is clear? Yourself? ಕೌಸಲ್ಯ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಿನ್ನ ಹೆಸರೇನಪ್ಪ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ಯಾ ಫೀಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ಯಾ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ಯಾ okay so what are these indicates I told we are going to discuss in detail later so I will be explaining about this each heading where we are going to learn so ls command in detail with all possible options okay so time being it is just an example for the basic command. Okay, so next there is one more command called ls minus z node. Okay, this is the name of the file as an argument. Okay, so if you are trying to give some option, okay, that is not existing, So normally you will get an error message indicating illegal option -z. Okay, if you are not giving the proper option, so you are going to get the error message. So immediately you can understand that is not the correct option, then you have to give the proper option. Okay. And also in the last class I already told, so you can give more than one options. It is not necessarily always one option. Okay. So after the command, so you can just give -l, -a. So there should be a proper spacing, then -d. So -d, or you can go for t. So followed by give the file name, then dollar. Instead of this, you can just give all together -lat followed by file name. Okay, so this is acceptable. So what are these parameters? We'll look into that later. Okay, so file name as argument I already told. So after the command, you need to specify the options followed by the argument. So argument can be a directory name and or it can be a file name. Did you check any? I already explained about the arguments here. So in UNIX command, use a file name as an argument. So the command can take as an input to the file. So here what is the file? File is nothing but your command itself, it is a file. So if you go to bin directory, okay, like how you will go to in Windows like C drive, program files, and that particular application where you can see all the related files with respect to that software. Similarly, for all the command, there will be a separate file. Okay, as soon as you type the command, okay, in the command prompt and enter it, immediately that corresponding file it is going to get executed. So whereas these files are available, it is available in /bin directory. Okay, /bin directory. I will show you later. Okay, and also I told it is going to accept the multiple file names. Depending on your interest, you can give multiple file names as an argument. Okay, so you can just, this is an example how you can give the file name as multiple argument. Okay, so this is ls minus lat. Don't worry about what is l. I told l indicates it is going to list the complete file attribute information. Okay, including access permission, when it is created, okay, when it is modified, so in which terminal, everything you are going to get from this l. So we'll look into this l, a and t later, and these are all three options, then followed by you are giving three file names as an argument. So this is one file, chapter 1, then give proper space to chapter 3. Okay, so always command can accept more than one file name as an argument. Okay, so this is just to show that this is to remove the file. Okay, rm command is used for removing the file, or it can be a directory. So in the last class we have discussed how to create the directory using mkdir. How we'll create new folder to store some of the program or project. Similarly, in Unix environment, you're going to just use mkdir, and if you are going to create with sem, okay, and folder, just press enter. It is going to create this directory. If this directory is created successfully, okay, so it is going to just come back to the command prompt. In case if any issues, if this file is already existing, you will get an error message. Already existing. Okay, so if it is successfully executed, so the command prompt will be specified. It will come back to the command prompt and it will be waiting for the next further input. So if you want to change to this directory, okay, so you cannot give like this. It should be fifth, no space also. It should be a single name, fifth sem. Okay, so if you want to change to this directory to store any of the file information, so what you are going to do? So you need to go for CD. What is CD? This is for creating directory. What do you mean by directory? Face is cleared. Huh? Hello? Face is cleared. That's it. Yes. What is the meaning of directory here? How will store files in your system? In folders, no? Why folders are required? You can just dump everything in a single folder. It will be difficult to check whenever if you want some file in 1000 files, searching becomes difficult if you want to modify something. So always what you will do, you will create a separate file folder and you will store it. Similarly, even in Unix you can do that. Normally we will not use the term folder, we are going to use directory. Okay, it is going to create a directory. Now in that directory I want to create a file. Okay, so for that now I have created the directory. It is nothing but this is my folder. Now I want to change to this directory if I want to store the files. Okay, just specify CD stands for change directory. Okay, change directory. So CD, then you have to give the fifth sem, then enter. So immediately, so in the command prompt you will be having a fifth sem slash, not slash, you will be getting the prompt. Okay, so prompt. So now after this, now you will be in this particular directory. So now you can create a file. So using what is this CAT concatenation, you can use this CAT, or I told in the last class you can go for VI editor. So actually in the previous syllabus, so this was there for the syllabus VI editor to create the file. This time it is not there, but I'll spend at least 1 hour or 2 sessions to explain how this VI editor works to create the files. Okay. See, this is like a practical subject. Just listening theory, it's not enough. You need to practice it. So now how to create using cat command. So you need to go for cat. So there is a redirection operator. So using this you can create the file. So use this greater than a symbol followed by file name. Okay. So I am going to create file c.txt. Okay. Then enter. What happens? So immediately, so you are going to get a like the cursor here in the form of underscore. Then you have, it is going to expect you need to type the content. So this file, in this file if you want to type the content, so you need to start typing the content here. Okay, then once it is finished, yes, once it is finished, okay, typing is over. If you want to come out of this editing, you need to press CTLR. What do you mean by that? CTLR, control plus D. Together you need to press control key plus D. Okay, then immediately it will come out of this editing file and it will be prompting for the next input. Okay, so this is how you can create. Then if you want to see the content of the file, just type cat and followed by whatever the file name you have given, file c.txt, and you will be able to see the content. Okay, so we'll see that what are the options you can give for cat and all later. Okay, exceptions. What? Take. Okay, exception. So in case of exception, I already explained here some of the things, that is how to represent the command. So you cannot represent like $ls. Okay, it is not acceptable. It is case sensitive. Always you need to represent small case only. The commands always it is represented with a small case. And options, what about options? So options, there are some options where you are going to specify a small case, and there are some options you will be using the capital letters. Okay, file name, so whatever the file name you have given, that you have to give as an argument. So those are some of the important things you need to remember. Okay, so date command. Have you taken the syntax of date command? So today we'll, I think in the last class we have checked, but it is only with respect to, okay. So before going to the date command. So let me just go with the ls command in detail. Okay, so what are the things it is going to specify? So you can just observe carefully. So if I give, this is the command prompt. Okay, so this whatever you have given when you are installing the root, the admin name, okay, the username that you are going to get here. Okay, don't worry about this. Always just remember this is the command prompt, and the name, maybe in my system it is showing SVC. For your system, if you are given name as the root admin as your name, then you will be getting your name here. Okay, so that is a directory. Then ls means it is going to list all the files and folders. Okay, all the files and folders. Maybe if you have observed in the last class, there is a difference in the color, folders and files. So parallelly we will try to execute it also. Somebody close the door. So this is how you need to start the virtual box. So I have already installed. Okay, if you, so here you can, when you, after installing the virtual box, you can install any of the operating system. Okay, so I have already Windows, so I just installed the Ubuntu. You can install any number of operating system here based on the configuration it is available, what is the RAM size and disk size. So depending on that you can install the number of operating system. So by next week I want everybody should be installed this software. Okay, it is not mandatory with the virtual box. Even if you are comfortable with the dual boot, okay, you can just try. Already Windows it is there, no, installed in your system. So on top of that you can just install even Ubuntu operating system. So online also it is available, you have to download it. If not, you can collect it from the lab instructors. Okay, so just go to dashboard. This is a dashboard, and here type terminal. Okay, so you are going to get this terminal. Click on this. Okay, can you see? So this is a software, like I have given the name SVC as the root name. Okay, so that's why I'm getting this. So now let's start with ls. Can you see there is a difference in color? So all folder names are, it is represented in blue color and files are in white color. Can you see? So those are the simple observation you should go through when you are doing it. Okay, and this is like a zip file. Okay, I think you are doing NS2, no? It's required. Fifth sem, no? CN lab is there, no? So you need NS2 for lab. Okay, so in that case you have to install this virtual box. So it is, if you have installed from the college software, so already they have copied the NS2, so no need to install NS2 separately. So already it is there, you can just start doing the programs. So this is a zip file. Okay, so now we'll just go with the different options. What are the options you can specify? Okay, so I told already, so that is ls minus l, and there are some of the command, so we may not get like the exact output. This is executed in Linux. Okay, so here it is showing total number of files available, it is 56. We'll see we'll get or not. Ls minus, okay, you can see even if it is directory or folder, it is showing all the details. Even it is showing what are the total number of files available here. Okay, total number of files available. So how come it is so many? Because can you tell why it is showing 58,000? But here you can say only less it is there. It is there inside the folder. So can you see B is a folder, class is the folder. Okay, inside this there are so many other files. So including all that you are getting the total number of files available here. Okay, and this is the permission, and here can you see if it is hyphen it indicates a file. Okay, if it is directory it is started with D. D stands for directory. Can you see B is directory? Even if you go to class, it is directory. All blue color, G is also directory. For file, it is going to just specify it as hyphen and followed by you can see there are 3 permissions. Can you see? Just focus on this. First field is clear now, everyone? It is going to specify what type of file it is. Is it a file or directory? Okay. After that you have access permission. So who can access this file? So the users are classified into 3 categories. Users, the first one is users, then group users, okay, 3 more options. Then the last 3 indicates for others. Okay, so who is others? Sorry, the first one is the owner. Okay, so who is owner? Who created that file is the owner, and he will be having all these permissions. And group users, that means set of users can use that file with this permission. Okay, and there are some other users having these permissions. Okay, we'll discuss about the users, different types of users later. So these are all the access permission. What do you mean by R here? So the owner is given access permission to read this file a dot out. So the owner is having a read permission, a write permission. He can edit that, then execute. The owner can execute the file. Clear? The first 3 access permission indicates for the owner, and followed by group user. That means a set of users will be having these permission: read, write, execute. But for others, you can just see only read and execute. Okay, there are some of the system files when you are installing. Is it possible to edit those files? No, they will be just, you can just view, that's all. You can execute it, but you cannot modify it. So like that, you can set the permissions for your files. So there is a separate command how to set the access permission. We will discuss that later. Okay, using chmod, you can set the access permission. Then followed by, this is the terminal, in which terminal the user is created this. Then followed by the name of the terminal. So let me just go to that headings field. Okay, after that you have size of the file, and followed by when it is created. Okay, the size of the file, this is the name of the terminal, and this is the size of file, when it is created, date and time, and name of the file. Okay, it is applicable for all the files. Clear? Is it clear? This much is clear. What are the information it contains? So now we'll move on to the different types of options. Okay, so you can just go through the options. What is -x indicates? Show the files in multiple columns. Let's try. What do you mean by multiple columns? I think by default it is showing multiple columns only. We'll see what is the output you are going to get for this. Type ls -x. Okay, it is showing in multiple columns. Okay, so similarly you can try with the other options. So the capital F, show the files and directories. Okay, so the files have, that is the suffix indicating is that is a file or a directory. So let me just check it. Minus capital F. It is case sensitive. Okay, if you give a small case F, it won't work. You will get some other output, not the expected one. If it is there, if it is not there, you will get an error indicating illegal option specified. Okay, it is showing is it a directory or the file. So how you are going to able to specify directory? There is a slash, forward slash. Okay, based on that you will come to know that it is a directory. B, document slash, it is a directory. Then you can just see it is not there for the file. Okay, just note down these things, options. In the exam they will ask like this only. So explain ls command with all different options for 6 marks. So until unless you type and understand, it's not possible. Okay. Then R, what is R indicates? So show the files in sorted in reverse alphabetical order. That means it is going to sort the file but it is going to sort in reverse order. So ls minus it's small case, no? Yes. Yes. You can just observe, you can compare the output what you got previously and this one. So it is in sorted order. Can you see videos folder comes first, then T. So this is how you need to look like from first column. This is the first column, second column, okay, third column, and this is the last file. So if you want to print in reverse order, okay, so by default you will be getting in the sorted order. So if you want to sort and reverse it, you are going to use -6. Next, capital R. Okay, what do you mean by capital R? Read it. Recursive. What do you mean by recursive? Recursive listing. That means it will go to the folder. In that folder, what are the, in case if it is having subfolder, it will show that. Then in the subfolder, if any files, it will display like that. So it is going to try to display all the directories, subdirectories and files. Okay. So just type ls space minus capital R. Okay, did you got so many files? I told 5,000, 58,000. Okay, all that you can see here. In each directory, what are the files it is present? So this is with respect to NS2. So more files it is there in NS2 because I have not created any separate file or I have not worked in this Windows. So I don't have any files. It is most of the files related to the folders or the zip file it is present. Okay, you can just see these are the files available. Is it clear? Capital R means recursive listing. It will display all directory, subdirectory and the files. Then ls minus a shows all hidden and visible files. Okay, when you check some of the folder, there are some files that is hidden. Okay, you may not able to view, but it will be existing in the directory. So if you want to view those files, you need to go for option -a to get the hidden files information. But here it is not only showing the hidden files, but all the files. Along with that, all the files it is going to specify. So just execute, clear the screen. Font is visible. Shall I need to increase the font? I think I can zoom in. A. So A stands for what? Hidden files. Okay. So what are the in that particular directory? No, actually it is showing mainly the hidden files. Okay, not all the files. It is displaying only the hidden files and also the other files. When we have listed ls now, when you have executed ls command, so in that we got some of the files. Can you see this .txt white color font files? Along with that, what are the hidden files that is present in the directories? That is also displayed. Okay, so that is about the hidden files. Next directory. Okay, so ls minus d directory name. So shows only the directory name instead of listing its content. Okay. ls minus Okay, it is showing dot. So what is the meaning of dot here? So it starts with dot, not this one. 1 minute. We are getting only minus t. Okay, so it is going to just represent the directory name. Minus D stands for only it is going to list the document. So I have this document. In that document I don't have any files to list. Okay, it is a just empty document. So it is not displaying any of the files. Next, so you already know what is minus scale. So this is called as long listing format. Long listing format. So shows 7 attributes. This is very important. Normally we'll use this command to understand the basic command structures, or when you are working, if you want to know what are the files you have created. So immediately we'll just type this command and you will check the details. Okay. So it is going to show the 7 attributes. So what are those 7 attributes? Just write down. File name. Okay, it can be a file name or directory name. Then file name, I told file name, how it is going to specify, is it a file or directory? The first character. 1 minute, I'll go back. Okay, if it is a file, the first character, it is going to be -4 file. If it is a directory, it is going to represent D. That is called as file, the first field. Next, after that, you have file permission. File permission for whom? Owner, group and others. Are you people are getting, or I am going fast? Okay. So next, after permission, you have number of links. What do you mean by links here? I think when we have executed, you have seen 1, 2 something. Okay. So this indicates the link. So later you are going to learn, there is a separate topic when we start discussing about the file. You will come to know that there is a concept called hard link. For each file, it is going to create the links. So there are 2 types. One is hard link and a soft link. See, it is not so easy like how you are creating files, store it and execute. So internally, operating system is doing lot of things to maintain that file information. Okay, so that hard link is going to be created. What is that hard link? How it is represented? So we'll discuss when we start discussing the file system. Okay, just remember here number of links. Okay, for some file you can see there are number of links are 1, 2. Okay, just remember this. What is the meaning of 1? What is the meaning of 2? All those things we will discuss in detail later. Then owner. So who is the owner of the file? Okay, so here you can just see, here I am getting the owner of the file is SVC. Okay, then if you have installed with your name, you will be getting your name. Okay, then group. Okay, who is the group user? So it is same I have given. Then followed by the size of the file. The size of the file you can see here. This is the size of the file. This is in terms of bytes. In terms of bytes. Then you have date and time. Date and time. Okay, date and time, then followed by file or directory name. If it is a file, you are going to get the file name. Otherwise, you will be getting the directory name. So that's what you can just see here. The last column indicates this is directory, and also correspondingly you can just check it in the first column. It is a directory and the directory name. Okay, here it is file, and in the starting character it is specified with hyphen. Okay, if they ask for ls command, so you should be able to write at least 2 to 3 lines of this output. Can somebody tell now what is the first column? Directory or file. Okay, if it is directory, starts with D. If it is file, hyphen. Then followed by first 3 characters, access permission for owner, then next 3 characters for group users, then others. This is hard links. Okay, then owner name, group name, size of the file, date and time, then name of the file or directory. Clear, no? All 7 fields. So you should remember that. That is very, very important. Commonly used option for ls command. Next we have T. Okay. So that is hyphen T. Sort files by modification date. Okay. So you need to, if you want to look into the list like which is modified recently. Okay. So it will be difficult to go and check one by one. So instead of that, you can just type ls minus T. Okay. So you're going to get the list of files according to the modification date and time. Okay. So do you remember why I'm getting class here first? If you have attended last class. In the last class I have created class is directory. Yes, no? Or else let me just quickly, you can create one directory, that is mkdir. Can you see? It is listing first according to the date of modification, which is modified recently, that comes first. Okay, it is going to sort the file according to the modification date. So when you are reading, you have to go through like this. This is the first column output, then followed by second column, then third column. By default it is sorted. By default it is sorted. If you give just ls, by default it is sorted in ascending order. If you want to know reverse order, you have to give the option -r, that is hyphen r. Next, ls minus u. Sort the file according to the last access time, starting with the most recent file. Okay, so which file is accessed last? Okay, so that will be displayed first. ls minus u. Okay, so this is
dash T and dash L.
no, this is modification time. 1 minute. So sort while almost it is same actually. Sort file by modification time. The latest file is on the top. Sort the file according to the last access time, starting with the most recent. So both are same. You can just check. Yes. No. There is some change. You can just see. Pipsen. This is access. Okay, not modification. This is with respect to modification. You have opened that file, modified, then only it is going to display. Okay. The second option -u, even though it is not modified, if you have just opened that folder, okay, in that case that will be listed first. Clear, no? Then inode number of all the files. What is this inode? So like how when you created a process, how it is going to assign the process ID, PID. Okay. So similarly, for each file, there is a inode number assigned. So how it is going to maintain inode number of the file. So all that we'll discuss later in the further class. Is it clear? ls command, it may be asked for 5 marks. Okay. It may be asked for 5 to 6 marks ls command, or it may be they may ask for 3 marks. So what you have to do is you need to write at least the simple output. Okay, some 2 to 3 line of output you need to write, and you should be able to tell what is this each column represent. Okay, so next we'll move on to date. So in the last class, what happened? Yes, any doubts? Girls, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Don't discuss among yourself. Yes, so date. This is also a predefined command, shell command. So it is going to display the current, that means today's date and time, current time. For that also we have checked some of the options in the previous class. So current date and time. So now we have once again many of the options you can specify. So how to specify the options? So here you need to follow this format, that is for each format it is preceded by plus symbol. Whenever I think in the last class I tried with some options, I didn't get the output. Yes, no, D, M, but always you need to give those options preceded with plus sign. Okay, symbol followed by ampersand operator. So this point you need to remember with respect to date. Normally we will not use for any of the command this plus symbol, and this is the syntax date arguments. Here there is no options. The whatever you are going to specify, that is taken as an argument. So now plus D. Okay. So I mean percentage D indicates displaying the day. I'll just check with just without plus symbol, it will give an error message. Okay, because they have given very clearly it should be preceded with plus symbol. Date plus percentage D. What is that? Date. Okay, if you want to display in the form of letters, you can just go with you can just note down this is for displaying the month. Okay, and this is for displaying the abbreviated as month name. Okay, so if you want to know the or represent in terms of month name, you have to use the B. So you date plus okay. So if you want to get in numbers, you have to use M. Okay. Then similarly you can just try for year. Okay, if you want to get only last two digits, so you will be using small case. Okay, if you want to get all four digits, capital Y, yes, more discussion is going on. Okay, then remaining all, this is for the date. Okay, remaining all, it is related to the time. Okay, capital H indicates, it is indicating what is the hour. Okay, what is the time now? Day. No need to type every time. Okay, once you get practice, you can just directly use up arrow button. So automatically the previous executed command you can see. Up arrow button, if you type, you will get all the previous executed commands. Or which one I want to try your H. It's giving wrong answer. Maybe I think I have to give capital H. Capital H. Okay. It's 9. It is only specifying the hour, not the minutes and seconds. That you have to specify the other options. That is for displaying. Okay, so this is in 24 format, 24 hours format, and this is with respect to 12 hours format. Is it clear? Capital H and I. Next P. So that is for displaying AM or PM. What is the time now? If you want to check what is the small case P. Okay, it is AM. So these are all why you need to learn, because when you start doing, I may be giving some of the, not maybe, I will be giving the assignments. Okay, in the assignments, if I am telling to do work with some of the date or accordingly do some activity, then you should able to fetch the required information. Okay, if that condition is satisfied, execute the remaining part, something like that. So you should be knowing the options. So accordingly you can perform the required task. So I want to, you people go through the remaining things. So if you want to know minutes, capital M, I need to close the thing. Okay, if you want to, I'll just correct it. So if you want to display both hour and minute, so you need to represent in double quotes. Okay, proceeded with plus sign. See, however you want, you can just combine the things and you can get the result. So it is actually, what is this? This is month actually. M stands for, it is a month. Okay. So you just try with the remaining things. Okay. Because I have another class, I need to wind up.